Welcome to the E-Academy. In today's episode, at the request of our viewers, we will show you the possibilities of using the Lunar detector from the Slimline family together with the PERFECTA alarm control panel. For this purpose, we will use Slim Dual Lunar detector, connected to the PERFECTA 32 WRL control panel. The examples that we will show you in a moment will be similar to those presented in one of the previous episodes, where the Lunar detector operation with the Integra control panel was discussed. However, there will be some differences due to the various programming methods, as well as the fact that different programs are used to configure the Integra and PERFECTA control panels. Today, of course, we will focus on working with the PERFECTA soft program. First of all, let us remind you that the Lunar detectors have three lighting modes. These are remote control only, remote control or activation by motion, and activation by motion if the lunar terminal is connected to common ground. In the first mode, the lighting will go on when the detector terminal, marked as lunar, is connected to the common ground. This signal may come from the control panel output, which in our case means from the PERFECTA control panel. Let's go to the PERFECTA soft program. The output type programmed as number 13, zone violation, can be used for lighting. This output will be triggered from the zone to be selected in the options on the right side of the screen. If no cutoff time is entered for this output, the output will be active as long as the assigned zone is violated. So you can use, for example, a bistable switch connected to the control panel for this purpose. Let's see how it works. The output 3 of our control panel is connected to the lunar terminal on the detector, while the BI1 toggle switch is connected to the zone 5, which has been selected as the triggering one. Save the data to the control panel. Switching BI1 on turns the lighting on. Switching it off turns the lighting off. After connecting a regular toggle switch to the control panel, you can turn the lighting on and off in the lunar detector, just like in an ordinary lamp. Now let's see how the lighting behavior will change when the output cutoff time is entered in the output options. Let it be, for example, 5 seconds. The data are sent to the control panel. This time, the zone violation will turn on the built-in white LEDs for the programmed time. As you can see, the BI1 switch is in on position, but after the present time has elapsed, the lighting went out. In order for the lighting to turn on again, a new violation is necessary. If a new violation occurs during the countdown will restart. If this is the case, you could use, for example, a push button instead of a toggle switch. However, the zone violation output type, which has been presented just now, offers relatively limited possibilities. Another type of output, namely the controlled output, offers a better performance here. Okay, so let's go back to configuring the control panel. For the output to which the lunar terminal is connected, change the type to 15. Controlled. The basic operation of the controlled output is similar to that we presented a moment ago. Violation of the indicated zone will activate the output for a preset period of time. The first difference is that if a time equal to 0 is entered for the controlled output, the on-off option will appear. With such configuration, the output will change its state after each violation of the indicated zone. In practice, a push button or any other momentary switch can be used for this purpose. To check how it works, select the zone 7. To which the Mono 1 button is connected. Send the data to the control panel. Press the Mono 1 button once. The lunar lighting turns on. Each press of the Mono 1 button will change the output state, that is, the lights will turn off and on alternately. Okay, the lighting is working as intended. The controlled output has also some extra advantages. For example, it can be activated from a keypad. There are two ways to do it. The first one requires entering the password of the user authorized to control and confirming it with an asterisk. Now let's go to position number 8, Outputs Control. Now press the hash to turn on the output, that is, to switch on the light. To switch the light off, you can use any number button. Press asterisk to exit the menu. The other way is so-called Quick Control. To use it, select the button combination that will be used to quickly turn on and off the required output. Select it in the table at the bottom of the Outputs tab. In our example, the keypad button 1 in combination with a hash or an asterisk will be used. In the appropriate field, enter the number of the output that you want to control. Save the data to the control panel. Now to turn on the lighting, press 1 and the hash. To turn the lighting off, use the 1 and asterisk button combination. OK, that's how the quick control works. The controlled output can also be activated remotely, e.g. from a mobile application or keyfob. How to add keyfobs to the PERFECTA WRL control panels and configure them was demonstrated in episode 38, and how to prepare the control panel to work together with a mobile application was presented in the episode 40. Now we will show you briefly how it works. Start the application. After connecting with the control panel, go to the Outputs tab. Turn on our lunar detector white LEDs and turn off the light. Now let's go to the keyfob. Check what functions have been assigned to the buttons in the Users tab in the Keyfobs table. So the button with the white circle will turn on the light, and that with the black circle will turn it off, while the button with the triangle will change the output state. That is, it will turn the light on and off alternately. Well then, turn the lighting on and turn it off. Finally, use the triangle to turn on and off the white LEDs alternately. OK, let's go back to configuring the control panel. There is a Triggering Timers list next to the controlled output options. This means that a given output can now also be activated by the selected timer. There are 8 timers in the PERFECTA control panels at your disposal. To enter their settings, go to the Functions Timers tab. Configure the selected timer settings here. For the timer to be active, you must also check the appropriate box. In addition to the timers built into the control panel, external dusk detectors can also be used to control the operation of lighting. When connected to a control panel zone, these devices will turn on the light when it gets dark and turn it off when dawn begins. Astronomical control timers, modules designed to control according to the times of sunset and sunrise, may also be useful. If such solutions are used, the lighting will be switched on permanently for a longer period of time, for example, throughout the night. However, if you want the detector lighting to work in a different way, you can use the other 2 operating modes offered by lunar detectors. The way of configuring the lunar detectors was shown in episode 64, while the lighting modes were discussed in more detail in the episode 65. Now we will remind you how the detector works in the second mode, defined as remote control or activation by motion. In this case, the light can be switched on remotely when the ground signal is connected to the lunar terminal. It can also be activated by motion activation, that is, when the lunar detector detects a moving person. I will only add that, in the meantime, we have just set the mentioned mode in our detector. The on time for motion-activated lighting was set to 5 seconds. So let's see how it will work. According to our previous control panel settings, successive presses of the Mono 1 button will turn the lunar lighting on and off. This has nothing to do with the motion detection by our lunar detector. But now we can see that the detector, after detecting motion, switched on the white LEDs for the preset 5 seconds time. The lighting could also be switched on from the control panel for a specified period of time, e.g. after opening the door and violating the magnetic contact or motion detection by another detector used in the system. The second mode in the lunar detectors allows us to use the logical or not only when working with PERFECTA control panels, but also with all other ones that do not have logical functions, such as the CA series control panels. On the other hand, we can talk about the logical and, in the case of the third operating mode, of the lunar detector. Now we will show you how the activation by motion if the lunar terminal is connected to common ground works. Our detector has already been put into this mode. The assumption is that the lighting is to be switched on automatically when motion is detected by the lunar detector, but only when an additional condition is met, for example, when it is dark or at specific hours. So let's go to the program. Deselect the triggering zone. For the output to be turned on and off at a specific time, select e.g. timer number 3. Go to the Timers tab. Let's check the time on the control panel so that we can show you how it works in a moment. Set the selected timer to be active for 1 minute. Send the data to the control panel. According to the clock, the timer is not active yet and will only start in a moment. You can see that despite the detection of motion, the detector lighting does not turn on. Watch the clock. OK, the timer on time has elapsed, so the common ground has been connected to the lunar terminal. Violate the detector. The light goes on. Violate the detector again. The timer is active, so the LEDs stay on for the time set on the detector. Wait for the time to run out. The motion was detected, but it did not turn on the light, because according to the output configuration, the detector lunar terminal is no longer shorted to common ground. Finally, we will show you how to use, for example, a dusk sensor to control the lighting. The operation of such a sensor will be simulated using the BI2 switch. Let's go back to the control panel configuration. Change the output type to 13, zone violation. Indicate the zone number 6 to which our switch is connected. The cutoff time is set to 0, so that the output is active all the time when BI2 simulating the dusk sensor is turned on. Save the data. Violate the lunar detector. Lighting does not turn on. Now toggle BI2 to simulate the beginning of dusk. This time, motion detection by the detector will turn on the light for a set time. Switch BI2 off to simulate the beginning of dawn. It is assumed that the detector should not turn on the built-in LEDs after detecting motion during the day when it is bright. Okay, everything works as it is supposed to. That's all for this episode. Thank you. We invite you to the next meetings at the E Academy. See you soon.